Hello and welcome. This is Notibot ENG. I'm your anchor, and tonight we'll be bringing you the latest news from the Middle East, where tensions have been escalating in recent days. Israel and Iran have been locked in a bitter conflict, with airstrikes and missile barrages piling up. From Tehran to Tel Aviv, we'll break down the key developments in this unfolding crisis. Our analysis will explore the implications for international relations and the potential for a swift resolution. Let's get started. A devastating airstrike by Israel on Iranian fuel depots has sent a toxic cloud of smoke engulfing the city of Tehran, posing a severe health threat. Last night, Israel launched a series of airstrikes on several fuel depots in Iran, causing fires to burn for hours. The strikes, which occurred in the early hours of the morning, have left the capital city of Tehran shrouded in a toxic cloud of smoke. The air is now unbreathable, with residents reporting difficulty breathing and oil-tainted rainfall staining everything around them. According to Iranian Red Crescent Society, the rainfall that followed the strikes could be highly dangerous and acidic, causing chemical burns of the skin and serious damage to the lungs. Many residents, including Kianush, a 44-year-old engineer, have described the air as unbreathable and said they can see the effects on their own skin and vehicles. "The rain is black. I can't believe it. I'm seeing black rain," Kianush said. "It's even in Tadrish, which is miles and miles away from the oil tanks." The strikes have also had a significant impact on daily life in Tehran. Many residents, including Perviz, a 49-year-old university professor, have reported difficulty breathing and have had to leave their homes due to the air pollution. "My white car was almost black," Perviz said, recounting his difficulty in finding it. "I just washed it yesterday." The situation has also raised concerns about the potential for long-term health effects, with Layla, a 27-year-old teacher, describing the air as irritating my eyes and causing me to need to clear my throat. The incident highlights the ongoing tensions between Israel and Iran and the potential consequences for civilians caught in the middle. As the conflict in Iran continues to ebb and flow, a significant development in the ongoing war has shed new light on its trajectory. The situation on the ground has been one of significant escalation and subsequent de-escalation since the start of the Iran war in mid-March. Initially, both Israel and the U.S. were intensively targeting Iranian military sites, releasing around 1,000 bombs daily. However, this pace was unsustainable and inevitably led to a decline in bombing activities. The number of bombs dropped by Israel increased only from around 10,000 to 12,000 from March 13th to 19th, a drastic decrease from the initial rate. The IDF reported 250 attacks per day, a significant drop from the initial 1,000 per day. Similarly, the U.S. reported an increase in targets from 7,800 to 9,000 from March 18th to 23rd, averaging 240 targets per day, which is now likely lower. The IDF announced that around 90% of pre-war designated targets had already been hit, suggesting a high level of progress in the conflict. However, this has led to a decrease in updates from the IDF, indicating a shift in the intensity of the war. The sudden decline in bombing activities is attributed to the wear and tear on fighter jets and the need for fighting pilots to rest. The involvement of the U.S. and Israel in the conflict has significant implications for regional stability. The war has already led to a significant increase in tensions between Iran and its regional adversaries, and any further escalation could have far-reaching consequences. The decline in bombing activities may suggest a potential shift towards a more diplomatic approach, but the situation remains fluid and uncertain. A devastating night in central Israel has seen multiple rocket attacks from neighboring countries, leaving a trail of destruction and loss of life in its wake. A barrage of cluster munitions from Iran hit central Israel, causing widespread damage and injuries. The attack targeted areas in Bnei Brak, Petah Tikva, and Rosh Hain, with multiple sites of impact reported. According to emergency responders, several people were injured, including 6 children and 2 elderly women, who were evacuated to local hospitals. One person, a 23-year-old man, sustained moderate shrapnel injuries to the head and abdomen, while others suffered from mild injuries, including shrapnel or blast injuries. The attack in northern Israel also claimed the life of a woman in her 30s, who was killed by rocket fire from Hezbollah in Lebanon. 2 others were treated for minor injuries from broken glass shards. The victims' identities have not been released. The Israeli government has condemned the Iranian attack, calling it a direct threat to Israeli civilians. "We will not tolerate such actions," said a spokesperson for the Israeli government. The attack has raised concerns about the escalating tensions between Israel and Iran, with many fearing that the situation could spiral out of control. The international community has also condemned the attack, with the United States and European countries issuing statements expressing their concern and support for Israel. The attack highlights the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran, with both sides engaging in a cycle of violence and retaliation. The incident serves as a reminder of the risks faced by civilians in the region and the need for diplomacy and cooperation to prevent further escalation. The Israeli government has vowed to take action against those responsible for the attack, while Iran has remained silent. In a stark departure from historical norms, the escalating conflict in Ukraine has raised questions about the very foundations of modern international relations. The escalating tensions between the U.S., Israel, and Iran have put the international community on high alert. The situation has taken a dramatic turn with recent threats by U.S. President Donald Trump against Iranian energy infrastructure, sparking widespread concern about the norms of international conflict. According to reports, Trump has made two specific threats against Iranian targets. Last week, he warned that the U.S. would massively blow up Iran's South Pars gas field if Iran further retaliated against Qatari energy sites. On Saturday, he vowed to obliterate Iran's various power plants, starting with the biggest one first, if its leaders do not reopen the Strait of Hormuz. These threats have been met with condemnation from international law experts, including Luis Moreno Ocampo, the founding chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, ICC. Ocampo has described the situation as a crime of aggression under international law, stating that the use of armed force by a state against another state's sovereignty, territorial integrity, or political independence is a clear violation of the rules. Ocampo's comments highlight the unprecedented nature of the situation, which is putting further strain on the global rules-based order. The ICC's involvement underscores the gravity of the situation, as the organization has previously indicted Russian officials for alleged war crimes in Ukraine. The White House has responded to Ocampo's statement by calling it ridiculous, but the international community remains vigilant as the situation continues to unfold. The implications of this conflict are far-reaching, and the world is watching with bated breath to see how it will play out. As tensions between the U.S. and Iran continue to simmer, a fragile diplomatic opening has emerged, but a swift end to the conflict remains uncertain. U.S. President Donald Trump has hinted at a potential breakthrough in talks with Iran, describing the recent discussions as very strong. However, Iran has swiftly denied any negotiations, with Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi stating that Trump's comments were part of efforts to reduce energy prices and gain time for the implementation of his military plans. Despite Iran's denials, there are indications of small windows being opened for talks. Previous rounds of diplomacy, including in February and June last year, were shattered by U.S.-backed Israeli attacks on Iranian targets. These incidents have damaged any trust that existed between the two sides. There is said to be communication between Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi and U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff, but these conversations are described as preliminary. Tehran views the Witkoff track as subterfuge, and other observers share this sentiment. They believe Trump is under mounting pressure to lower oil prices, lift stocks, and project progress in ending the conflict. Trump has also expressed interest in meeting with an Iranian power broker, who is said to be Mohammed Bagh, a top individual in the Islamic Republic. Trump has previously described Venezuela as the perfect scenario for Iran, but this assessment has been widely criticized. Iran's system is complex and multi-layered, with a history of sidelining reformists and repressing dissent. Trump's attempts to co-opt Iranian leaders may be met with skepticism, and any failure to achieve a breakthrough could exacerbate tensions in the region. A devastating wave of Iranian missile strikes has brought chaos to Israel, leaving widespread destruction and casualties in its wake, so far tonight. Iran has launched a wave of missile strikes across Israel, causing major damage and injuries. The attacks targeted several areas in the country, including residential neighborhoods and military installations. Eyewitnesses described the sounds of explosions and the sight of fires burning out of control. The attacks are believed to have been carried out by Iran, which has warned Israel that it would widen strikes if civilian deaths in Gaza and Lebanon continued. The Iranian government claims that its military operations are aimed at protecting Iranian citizens and interests in the region. The Israeli military has confirmed that its air defense systems have been activated to counter the missile strikes. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to take action against those responsible for the attacks. The Israeli government has also issued a statement condemning the attacks and vowing to defend its citizens. The attacks have raised concerns about the escalating conflict in the region. The situation in Gaza and Lebanon remains volatile, with many civilians caught in the crossfire. The international community is watching the situation closely, with many countries expressing concern about the potential for widespread violence. The United States and other Western countries have issued statements condemning the attacks and calling for calm. The situation remains fluid and uncertain, with many questions still unanswered. That's all for today's news recap. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to stay up to date on the latest developments, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll continue to bring you in-depth analysis and breaking news as the situation unfolds. Don't miss a single update. Hit the notification bell and join the conversation. Until next time, goodbye and thank you for your attention.